Previously on Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz.
The Diz in that crew.
I am Steve. I go live on Mondays at 8 o'clock. With my channel's name is Steve's World.
I'm Zippity Doodad. I go live on Tuesdays at 6:30.
I don't know who this Shep guy you're talking about.
Oh, geez.
You're absolutely ridiculous.
My name is Dave, the lesser half of Brandy and Dave on YouTube. Disney Focus channel, Disney Family channel.
I'm Shep. I'm just the other guy, so.
Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz on the Improviser's Guide Network.
Now is the time.
Forever?
Miss tomorrow.
Old.
A minute and a half.
Hashtag always MGM.
Step out to your right.
Old.
The secret staircase.
We always do that.
You are approaching the unloading area.
Behold the majesty of the Sistine Seal.
For the kids.
A salute to all theme parks, but mostly Walt Disney World.
What a cute ending.
Aloha and welcome aboard.
So Dave is like the master of planting seeds. It surprises me he's not a Scorpio, but
Wow.
what because obviously he planted this seed known as TikTok in our brain. And it's been our
Do that.
burden and
Our burden.
Our
It's still
burden.
Frank's
4 months.
burden. Every weekend,
My
Frank
burden.
is like, I TikToked. Watch this. And 9 views. What is happening? Why is this happening?
And actually, really quick to speak on that, that's the first time I fell into you guys. Was Dave was telling me about Dillo Diz, and I was like, oh, who are they? They sound really cool. And then I think it was it was the second or third TikTok. You tagged me and Dave in it. It was on the boardwalk.
Mm-hmm.
You had a panoramic view of the boardwalk, and you tagged me in it. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. I'm like, Dave, these guys are cool. And I'm like, tell me more about them. So that's how I first fell into you guys was through TikTok.
So funny.
Is the TikTok master. I don't dedicate enough.
I do love that boardwalk one, though. That's one of my favorites. It didn't get the love it deserves, but that music with that view, come on. Come on.
That's the way
So true.
TikTok is. You put
I know.
any amount of time into anything.
Oh, yeah.
7
There are
views.
times I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know what? This is too much time. Forget it. I'm scrapping it.
Well,
We'll try again tomorrow.
And that goes back to the organic, expectation talk, because I don't want to dedicate the time and be annoyed in a half hour when it has 1 view. Don't.
I understand. It's hard.
And that's the thing is like, you could spend hours on something and it gets like 10 or 12 views, and you do something in like a second and it gets 100,000 views. So
I don't have very many, but my best one, I was just filming something as a joke for Zip. And
And I loved it, by
I'm
the way.
nothing like these guys. I only got like 6, so it's not. I just haven't had the time yet. But I filmed Ariel going by in a parade, and I said, "Is that Zippity Doodad on it?" And it's my best TikTok on the whole thing.
I took a screen capture. I did the whole Vlogmas thing
Yeah.
just because it was fun. And I literally just screen captured one of my Vlogmas from my YouTube channel, threw it up there, and that thing's got like 50,000 views. And it's like it's like a 10-second clip of, well, it's good, but I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
it's fantastic, but that's besides
it's
the point.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing, guys.
It's
Well, and then
amazing.
Dave, did you see I have dragged Angela into a Magical Mommy TikTok?
The Magical
now.
Mommies podcast.
She sent it to me as
She's
soon
like,
as she
what?
did
I don't
it.
know. What? No, I need to pull this one. This is stupid, right? Is it
No.
The
I don't know
funny
what
thing
to
is
do.
she was all about it for about 32 seconds.
Yeah.
And then deleted her TikTok
Yes.
account,
Yes.
and now you're pulling her back into the fray, which is a good thing.
Which, and in fairness, we had talked about it kind of when we first started the podcast. I was like, we might need a TikTok because, I mean, it's
Everyone
a
needs a
place to
TikTok.
be. But then we didn't even talk about it. And like a week or 2 ago, she's like, okay, maybe we need to get on TikTok. I was like, okay. And we like started the account, and then it sat for a week. And then I was like, all right, I'm doing one. Okay, whatever. I don't know what just happened. But I like the Dillo's one better because I can just do it of Disney footage and not me. And I'm like, this is a mommy one. I'm a mommy, I guess.
But
Am
that's
I gonna have
that's
to
what you
be
need
in
to
these
do.
more?
though.
Am I gonna
You
have
just
to-
got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dave
Yeah.
Daly.
Because people like
Yeah.
people like Disney stuff. People like real life stuff too. You know.
That's what
Yeah.
I started a second one just for me to do the
funny
The
slash
zip
probably
The
semi
Daily
zip
Dave.
slip inappropriate.
The Daily Dave.
The Dave Daily. Yep.
Dave Daily. Oh,
Yes.
That was
That's
wrong.
okay.
That's
It's
horrible.
okay. No, it's good. But
Let's
I
just
did it,
edit.
and it's
Hold
like
on, real quick.
Just
Let's just
change it all.
let's cut
just
that right
cut
now.
it all
We'll
out.
edit
You
it
know
back
what?
like 5
Forget it.
seconds, and then so let me start over
We'll have
again.
a list of plugs
Dave
at the
Daily
end.
Daily.
It's fine.
So the
Well,
Dave Daily on TikTok.
I think we all
We're
agree
good.
that the Daily Dave sounds a whole lot more fluid and better, but
You can
that's why,
restart.
that's
you
why
can
we call it the
restart
Daily
edit
Dave.
back
On
to normal.
topic, off topic, off
It was-
topic.
I
on
gotta keep it
topic.
in.
it was taken on YouTube. I couldn't do it, so I had to go
Oh.
the Dave Daily.
Kind of like Dave and Brandy was taken, so you had to go to Brandy.
Yeah, that's pretty funny actually. There's a cruise vlogging couple called Dave and Brandy.
Stop
Oh
it,
my
really?
goodness,
No, I
that's
swear
so
to God.
funny.
They were
Pretty good.
actually on.
And you
I
never
saw
know
them
which
the other
one's
day.
gonna
They were on
pop up when
D&G
they,
Explorers, I
scream.
think.
You have more followers than them, though, right?
We were pretty close for a while. We were kind of neck and neck. We
You
both
just
hit
say
1,000
yes, Dave.
similarly.
You just say
Oh
yes.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
yeah. No, I mean, we should probably have them on the podcast at some point. Be like, Dave,
Dave goes
what?
on there
What?
and-
Brandy, who? What? Where? What?
Dave goes on their vlogs and comments, "We're winning.
Yeah,
That's
We're ahead of you now."
that's
Too
funny.
funny.
All right, so I'm gonna go around the horn real quick.
Oh,
Favorite park in Walt Disney World? Which park?
Animal Kingdom easily.
Studios. Sorry.
Mad-
Hashtag always MGM.
Magic Kingdom.
Shep has to
Gotta
take
say
a cut.
Epcot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
you have to.
I mean, Epcot's my second favorite.
Like, why was I the
Pressure,
last guy
but-
here? I mean, this is just. I think there's this. So anyone who's listening right now, it was staged. They actually put up little signs to say, "You say this, you say this, you say this," and I'm stuck with. No, I'm just kidding. But I am gonna go with Epcot because, to be honest with you, I really love the atmosphere of Epcot. I love the ability to walk around and just see things that you would not normally see anywhere else. You know, you get to experience countries that you've never been to. Everything's, it's all culturally, that's a hard word. Wow. It's all accurate to that culture.
Mhm.
I'm going to go with that. Yeah, it's just, I like Epcot.
I mean, it's really hard to pick because no matter what day you are in Disney, and when you're at that park, it's the best park.
Yep.
No matter what park it is, it's just
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
how
you always
Disney
have a good experience. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Galaxy's Edge takes the cake for me at this juncture, though.
Oh, and
So-
Alma Studios, that's my home park, so Galaxy's Edge is just like it just puts it over the edge.
Oh yeah.
And I'm kind of known as an AK.
Have you got some blue milk?
Yeah.
At the blue, I'm fine. Everything. It's just I take all the Kool-Aid at Galaxy's Edge. It's great. I'm happy
100%.
with everything.
So
Blue milk,
speaking of Galaxy's Edge, did everyone see the uproar on Twitter today about the Coke bottles being found at a random Alabama convenience store? They had pallets of the thermal detonator Coke bottles
Really?
from
Oh,
Galaxy's Edge.
I got them in my closet.
No, like pallets of full ones for sale.
That they
It
were
was
selling, yeah.
That they were
like
selling. That's
$7.99.
crazy.
Oh wow.
Well, they think about. I mean, if you think about it, they got to make a bunch of them. They do have an
You
expiration
mean
date,
these?
Oh yeah.
so they might as
No,
well.
it makes sense.
They might as well get rid of them somehow.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy though.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
they're
man.
probably on eBay as we speak.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I just got a plane ticket to go down there and buy some. And then
They're
I
already gone.
rented
They're gone.
No, I know because I bought them all, and I have a U-Haul coming back up north. So
So why did you just get the plane
you-
ticket?
Shep selling them for
if you guys all
$9.99
want
right now
some,
on
I'm
It
Amazon.
was
selling them for
cover,
like-
Steve. It was
Yeah.
cover.
I'm selling them
Got
for
it.
like $100, $150
On his Spreadshirt account.
$300 a bottle. So yeah, they're on my Spreadshirt. Link below.
Shepinators.
What link?
And while you're down there, smash that thumbs up button.
Favorite resort?
Polly.
Ooh. Is it the name?
I'm gonna
I
go
don't-
Poly. I love the Poly.
Poly, but Yacht Club's a real close second.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Real
say
close.
I'm gonna go reverse. I'm gonna go Yacht Club, then
Yeah.
Yacht Club / Beach Club, then Polly.
Yacht Club specifically with the updated rooms is
Yes.
banging.
Yep.
Plus, now you can walk
But I
to
just-
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, but I just stayed at the Riviera in January as well, and that is up there with my top 3.
Skyliner was more of a hit than I thought it was going to be, to be honest.
Yep, it's huge.
I enjoyed it.
Skyliner's pretty dope.
They need it everywhere, especially the Animal Kingdom.
Everywhere.
Big Animal Kingdom. I might find Animal Kingdom more appealing with a Skyliner. Who knows? But the yacht club is. Yeah.
Sorry, Steve. Did you say yours?
Yeah, Polynesian.
Oh, I didn't hear.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
I just wanted to make sure everyone had their turn.
Thank you.
Totally fine.
I'm not used to somebody looking out for me. This is awesome. I'm just kidding.
Wait, did Steve say something? I didn't hear Steve.
Steve's gonna be like, "Hey, Jen, you want to come on Wednesday night?"
We have a
Every
new
Wednesday
special guest who actually listens to me.
I'm not used to this.
We've actually replaced Dave.
Jen and I toured we walked around Riviera in January, and we equated a lot of the vibe to the yacht club.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, the new tower at Coronado is pretty banging too.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't stayed there,
especially at the price point. So,
they have an incredible quick service restaurant in that place too, with some amazing burgers and flatbreads.
At the Riviera?
At the Riviera.
Yeah, we ate there.
We all ate. Yeah,
pizza was like amazing.
Yeah,
I don't even remember what I had, but it was good. Actually, I couldn't taste anything at the point because I had allergies, but I assume it was good.
Or the COVID.
You
might have had the COVID.
Yeah,
it's a good chance. It's valid.
Softening you guys up. Favorite lounge / bar.
Oh,
Nomad.
Quick.
Boom.
Well, actually, mine's really.
I'm gonna go back to
Trader
Poly.
Sam's, then Nomad. I'm gonna go Trader Sam's first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Poly, but I'm gonna go with not Trader Sam's, but
Tambu.
Tambu
Yeah.
up top.
Yep. That was a great night. We
You
just
know
hung
what?
out.
That's a very comfortable lounge.
Yeah, because we actually hung out.
You're in the lobby
outside.
just chilling.
Yeah, we hung out in the lobby, and that was probably one of the best times we've ever had.
Yeah.
Trying to go through.
Although,
all of
however,
these.
the night of Galaxy's Edge at the Ale and Compass,
Animal
was pretty dope as
Animal
well,
Compass.
because the Animal Compass, yeah, the Animal Compass, they were pretty accommodating because they were like, "What are you guys doing?" We're like, "We don't know. We're just
Waiting
waiting."
for
Galaxy's Edge
Galaxy's
show. And they're
Edge.
like, okay, well, just this is last call, and whatever you got to do, you got to do. And we're like, okay, well,
Time
everything. And they're like,
out.
okay, we'll do it.
Time out. It wasn't. What do you want? It was. Would you guys like 2 of those?
Exactly.
This is last call. Do you want 2?
Yeah.
They
How
hooked
many
us
would
up
you
big
like?
time.
That's awesome.
Well, then they're like, we don't close the door here because we're open to the lobby. So you
And
guys
so we
just
napped in the
hang out.
lounge.
Oh,
Well,
Corey did. Corey did.
I missed out on that. I napped for 45 minutes in my own bed that night.
Yeah. You went back to the room. We ended up. So the best part is we're trying to figure out how to get from. We're at Trader Sam's. It's now late. How do you get from the Poly to Ale and Compass, which is the latest bar that's open? Which by far, if you're counting, they're open to 1. And we figured we would stay there till 1 and then be able to hang out in the lobby, not go back to the room and do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to be within walking distance of Hollywood Studios.
And we were within walking distance, but we didn't understand how we were going to get over there. So we pulled the old minivan trick, which is if a minivan goes to go through security, they don't get stopped. If an Uber does, you get lots of questions. So if you don't know, Ian, Shep's friend, the CEO.
Alter ego, maybe.
The alter ego, maybe.
I don't know.
He's
He's a good buddy of mine. He's not. He's like my best friend.
His cast member friend Ian, which he has talked about multiple times on stream for the entirety of the year we've been doing this. We get into
Which came to fruition at the Poly.
well, we get into
You met Ian at the Poly.
we get into the minivan, and this British dude is sitting there, and someone says, "So what's your name?" It's like Ian. It's like,
Shep,
dude had no clue what he just opened. Can of worms. Shep's trying to take a picture of his name tag while the guy's driving from the back seat.
He was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm taking a picture of you."
And then Shep was like,
Stop, I'm like, "Stop doing what you're doing. You're moving too much." He's like, "I'm driving." I'm like, "I don't care. Stop. I got to take a picture."
well, Shep had mentioned his
want my
cast
phone
member
number?
friend named Ian ahead of time and said, "Do you know where we can
Like
find
months
him?" He said,
ago.
"Yeah, you can find
Months
him right
ago.
here."
Oh,
We
that
went-
was it. It was actually
we
legit.
went, no
Yeah.
way. His name was really Ian. And Shep really was trying to take his
Oh,
picture of
yeah,
his name
it was
tag while
bad.
he was all
That's so
excited.
funny.
It was so
And the guy,
bad.
the guy
So
was
great.
a good sport though. He got out, let us take the picture. It was amazing. But what are
Because
the
that was like
coincidence- or
legit
the
like
chances-
months earlier that
Created. I mean,
Created
I don't-
Ian.
no, I don't
You
want to go
found
there
Ian.
because he wasn't created. He's a real person. And
Yeah,
I
you
know him
found Ian.
personally, and he's a good friend of mine. And I don't want to disrespect him in any
He's
way because
re-
that's
he's
just
really high
ridiculous.
He's got some
But
serious
the fact that
clout.
we met another
Right.
quote unquote Ian
Yeah.
was pretty awesome.
Especially when you
So-
asked him where can I find him, and he said you can find him right here.
And then my good buddy
So-
Ian was like, "That's awesome that you found another Ian, but I'm jealous."
So the best part is going fast forwarding to Animal Compass. Sitting there and like we're like, what are we gonna do for the next hour and a half until we can go start to line up? And we're flipping through Twitter and we find a picture of people hanging out under the underpass on the walkway to studios, and it looks like something out of The Walking Dead. Like people just like it was so bad. But we're just like, round it up, let's go.
We're going.
We're just
That's what we're doing.
rocking.
Up and
We
left.
walk over there. We're all pumped. We're, fifth wind of the night at this point.
Maybe
Shep's-
eighth.
Yeah, maybe eighth. Then Shep ends up sleeping on concrete. Falls asleep.
I can
Almost
sleep
gets
anywhere,
trampled by the
basically, so.
crowd because he wouldn't wake up.
Well, no,
When it
that
was
was like
time
the
to move.
fourth time that I fell asleep.
That was
The other three times I got right up.
You could breathe on him, and he was like laying on his back, doing the kickstand, getting up like by
Mhm.
himself. He was up. That time when we were actually moving, I felt like I was pounding on his chest, like doing CPR, trying to wake him up. It was only 15 minutes.
I was tired, man. It was like
But-
like 2:00 in the morning, dude.
But as he woke up, he did have a dream about a cast member telling him that we were getting into Galaxy's Edge right then and there.
One hundo, and his name was like
Ian?
George.
it
Oh.
was George. It was like, "I'm George, and I'm gonna let you guys in tonight." And I was like, "Oh well,
He's
that's so weird
Australian.
that you have an English accent because my
Australian?
buddy
That was
Ian who
English?
doesn't have an English accent, and I just met an Ian who does have an English accent, and now you're George, and you legitimately have an English accent." He's like, "Well, that's because I'm actually from England, and my name is
so
George."
confused right now.
That is not English. That's not an English accent, Bob.
Actually, it is an English. accent.
Blimey!
It
Well,
sounded like
actually, it might be
it
more
sounded like
Scottish.
Australian.
It
No,
was
that's more
straight
Scottish.
Australian.
Okay, just making sure.
Put another shrimp on the bobby.
That was more English than your Australian accent a second ago.
All right, well, we're gonna. I gotta.
Can I just say I love when Steve calls us Bub?
Bub.
Hey, Bob.
It doesn't-
I
I don't know
call
what it
Bub
means,
Bub.
but I like it. It's like
That's
Bub.
how you know you're special if I call you Bub.
Oh.
And you're in trouble.
Well, that's because you're drinking.
Hey, Bub,
well,
come
that's
here.
because you have like a bottle of bubbly,
Bubbly.
bubbly. Yeah, that's what I was going with next to you.
So any rate, my favorite lounge is multiple lounges.
Dave likes them all.
Yeah.
Dave's answering
See,
the
I love.
question from 30
Oh.
minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. I love Nomad.
He's
He
been
likes
sitting there
to
with a
bring it back. He
notepad.
is professional, guys. He
been.
knows
No,
how to
he-
bring it back, you know?
He's got a notepad and he's like been like writing down like this place, this place, this place.
You
Yeah,
hit
not
his-
that
you hit his
place.
topic
This
is what you
place,
did.
this place. Nah, not that place.
Yep. Bellevue is completely overlooked.
Yep.
At the
I don't
boardwalk.
even know Bellevue. Oh, at the boardwalk.
It's the little one upstairs of the
Yeah,
boardwalk, right
yeah.
off the lobby.
Secret
right?
drinks.
Secret
We went there
drinks.
before.
There
We
during the
actually we had a good time
conference
that night. Me and Steve met up with you guys after our Cellier
Yeah, great.
adventure.
Yeah, great bourbon and Scotch selection.
Not very big.
Not very big.
Mhm.
Bartenders
perfect.
are like on it. Make
It's
Mm.
perfect.
fantastic martinis. So
Nice.
You guys were talking about your favorite whiskey last week on the Parks and Monorail's YouTube there, and we never got to what your favorite whiskeys were.
Ooh.
So, I don't know. I don't drink.
Steve
I don't
just
You don't
started
drink?
drinking 2 weeks ago.
Oh, man.
neat.
I drink whatever they put in front of me. So, I really do. I just
So I'll jump in.
I took my first
so
sip of alcohol
my-
when I turned 30.
My go-to bourbon whiskey, because I
Mm.
prefer bourbon of all the whiskeys. My go-to, which I think is a great, just kind of all around, is Jim Beam. You know, it's a good home run.
I've heard of that one. I'll
and-
go with that one too.
Yeah, it's just a good all around. Like if you're in a, you're not sure what mood you're in, but you just like pour a quick Jim Beam and you're like, okay, well I guess I'm in that mood. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, I'm a Jack guy. I love Jack.
I'm gonna go either Trace, so Buffalo Trace. Blanton's is solid, but it's overpriced. Just the general Bullet Rye is pretty solid. But
only get one.
if we want to bring this all back to Disney, the Disney Select Knob Creek single barrel that you
Knob
can only
Creek
get
is
on
good.
property.
Mm.
Single barrel too, so it's I think it's cask strength, so it might rock at about like 119, 131, something like that.
Yeah,
Have to look it
is.
up, but it's like it's high proof.
We actually had that when we were up at top of the world. So
Top of the world, we had it there. Also, if you want a really good Kentucky style mule, go to Jock Lindsay's, which is on the list of favorite lounges.
Mhm.
Go to Jock Lindsay's and order the Air Pirates Mule. It's Knob Creek Select, ginger, lime, solid,
Nice.
solid stuff.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty.
Me too.
If someone listening is unfamiliar with Disney, how would you succinctly
Good luck on that.
Yeah.
Go back and watch episode 4.
That's actually
If
a
you go- if you
really
go-
good answer.
Yeah.
if you actually go back to episode 1,
And see how far we've come.
no, it's. I think it was opened up where we're not sure what we are right now.
Yeah, that was our name.
We actually
back
called
then.
it whatever this is.
Yeah,
whatever this is. So
what our name was.
whatever this is
Mhm.
kind of a good explanation of what we are.
Well, basically, we all have the same individual goals. None of us really care about numbers. There's only one number that matters, and that's that we can go live and become a partner of YouTube. But outside of that, none of us care about that. All we want to do is make people happy and put smiles on people's faces, make their lives a little better. And collectively, we do that in what we think is a comedic way and very entertaining. But we like to deliver real news and something of value in an entertaining way. And we say that all the time. We just want to give them something of value in an entertaining way.
That might be like 5 seconds of value.
It only has to be 5 seconds, but we're going to try to hold true to it.
Yeah, in a year, we've given 5 seconds of value.
And the best part is too. But sorry, Dave. But some of our best skits and costumes happen about 5 minutes before we go
On the
live,
fly.
where we
don't prepare.
We just grab stuff and be like, "Hey, let's do this," and it just works out perfectly.
We've
there is
done-
episodes that we do.
And
Go
by
ahead.
we've done more preparation. And by we, I mean Steve. He's done more preparation for the last 4 weeks and the coming 4 weeks because we're actually doing we're at Disney.
Virtual.
Ride through
Stuck
the
in.
virtual life at Disney.
But we're doing it our way.
We're doing it our way. But
has the whole quarantine changed your prep time and everything like that? Or is
Nope.
it-
Nothing.
Nope.
Not at all.
skipped a beat.
We used to when we started. We would go live on Wednesdays. We used to go Tuesday nights for hang out for about an hour and say, "Okay, what are we gonna do tomorrow?" And then we get way off topic, and then at the end of the day, we'd go, "We never talked about what we were gonna do tomorrow," and we just figured
So
out the
that
next
stopped.
day. That's literally how it goes all the time.
yeah. So it's
Well, I mean,
Shep always throws it out there as it's a podcast style live stream, which is 100% true. But I like to throw the tag on there, Irreverent Disney, because that's completely what it is. We're Disney focused, but as the title says, this and that, it's not just Disney. We'll talk about whatever. And the biggest thing, like Steve said, is we try to bring a whole bunch of comedy to everyone and let them enjoy it in some capacity, bring some value for entertainment, whether it's just forgetting what's going on right now for 2 hours while we're talking about whatever, who knows, tornadoes, bathrooms, and showing old
Yeah,
pictures.
usually
from-
it's not
In
scripted
basements that
comedy,
actually
too.
Steve doesn't actually have, because I thought he did.
What
But
do I not have?
A basement.
basements. Yeah.
basement. Yeah,
Yeah.
no
So
basement.
when they said,
but I mean,
the other
it's-
thing, after 49 episodes, none of us have ever missed an episode either.
That's
We've always been there.
Mhm.
Even 2 weeks ago, I had a tornado go by. I lost power for 5 hours, but in the last 20 minutes, my phone finally grabbed signal, and I was able to
Oh my
stream from
gosh.
my phone.
Oh
but
my god.
even through everything, even when we're down at Disney, everything, we never miss an episode.
Yeah,
So
and
we've been very fortunate.
and you know, I don't want to get grim, but I had another episode that was not too long ago, and I'm not going to go into too much detail because whatever. But I had a pretty significant family instance that happened. But for me, it was to be there. For me, was kind of a self release. So, and again, I don't is what it is, but to be there with these three gentlemen in the chat on a Wednesday night helped me heal from what was going on in my real circumstances.
Mhm.
So even though it literally happened, and I mentioned it before, as we were going live during the stream, something happened. And I was like, you know what? For me, I want to be here because this is how it's best for me to handle this kind of situation. So to have best friends like this is, you just can't.
You know, I'm trying not to cry. You know,
Yeah,
well, I promised myself
I'm
I
just
wasn't
saying,
gonna
like,
do
it's
it.
something you can't, like,
I promise myself.
you can't, like, you literally, like, you grow up with people that you think are really good friends, and you know, you go through a whole early school, middle school, whatever, high school, you go to college, you get some more friends, but how many friends do you actually talk to on a regular basis from your middle school, your high school, and your college? And then you come into an environment like this where you meet people that, like, you relate to on a more, like, significant level that you've never actually connected with before.
And that's the huge thing, is that this isn't like you moved into a neighborhood and you're dealing with the folks that are around you, and now you have 5 or 6 people that you hang out with because that's what it is. No, there's a deeper seated, I don't want to say meaning, but we all had Disney in common. And I know everyone here and probably everyone listening to this has been to a point where someone has said, why are you going to Disney again? That is not going to come up with any of us.
Yeah.
And that's that. I think the bonds that were built around the parks and the movies and the Disneyana, if you will, has expanded so much further beyond that. We've touched on it a little bit. Dawson and PJ play Fortnite daily.
PJ's my son.
PJ's Zip's son. Steve is Uncle Steve to our kids. We talk every day, and not just talk, we talk. What's going on? We lift each other up. We got to a point where, like, now the rest of life, we got to know each other outside of Disney. And I mean, we talk about Zombie Camp, and it was a freaking blast. Like, whoever thought that, like, you get 2 Boston guys and a dude out of Indiana to come fly out to literally backwoods Pennsylvania, no cell phone service,
Not fly, drive.
to literally trust someone enough to go to a camp. Like, that's like the way that's like a serial killer movie. Like, for
I've been
real.
watching some lately.
And to be
so
honest
I
with
know
you,
how it
I may
happens.
possibly be a ghost just floating around.
You
right now.
might. But I mean, we had an that was
An amazing
as much
trip.
fun as a Disney trip
Yeah.
for us. And we've always said that, we need to get together multiple times a year, and doesn't always have to be there. Just so happened that where I'm at in PA is kind of centralized. I'm rambling now because that's what I do.
Well, that's what makes it great too, is because we come from a YouTube universe, and that's as far away from YouTube as you could possibly be.
Right.
And everything was
to be
real.
all together
Yeah.
in
And
one
we-
place, not via little boxes that we see. Even like August was the first time we met.
Yep. In person.
Ever.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Prior
Well,
to that,
and
we were
that's
in
the-
like
Shep-
little
Shep
tiny
and I met a
boxes.
little
Like,
bit.
hey, I'm in
Yeah.
a box. You're in a box. You're in a box, and here we are. And then all of a sudden, it's like, holy cow! I can actually like give you a hug, and
Yeah.
it's like it put things into so much perspective. But that was also the solidifying factor. That was like, we did that for like 3 or 4 months prior to even meeting in person. And then when we actually met in person, things were so fluid and natural that everything that was on screen that we did in these little boxes that were in public, and then even the stuff we did outside of public, which was more often
Well,
than
real
not.
quick too.
But
right
it was still like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say right before we went to Disney, where we all met in August, I drove out to Shep about a month and a half earlier, and it was the first time we met, and only spent the night, and we went golfing the next day, and we got
Just to
paired
be
up with
clear, you
another
didn't sleep
twosome.
the night in
Yeah, I
house.
slept. I said move over
in my camper. I'm just kidding.
and
I was like, Zippy, sleep in my camper.
oh, you're from real Boston. No, but we got paired up with two other gentlemen, and they were like, oh, like, how long have you guys known each other? Because the whole time, by like the 6th hole, we were like best friends, and they thought we've known each other our whole lives. And I'm like, actually, I just met him. Yeah, I just met him for the first time. Yeah, yesterday. But
That's what I was trying to say too. Is we get ask that question a long time. How long do you know each other? Less than a year, and people
It feels
don't
like
understand
10 years,
it,
doesn't it?
But
the,
I mean,
the bond that we've created is like it's true brotherhood.
We've gone from strangers not knowing each other to the fact, like I tell people all the time, I've held these guys as kids in my arms, and
it's no longer
at every one of their houses.
That like friends is off the table. It's like legit brothers.
Family.
Like you don't create these bonds with just anybody that like
it's our
off the
chosen
street
family.
like I am. Like I just throw my number out apparently to everybody, but and I have so many brothers out there. No, I'm just kidding, but just here you go, and you get my number, and you get my number. But it is like such a special thing to have that. Honestly, there's guys I grew up with that were best friends when I grew up with, and guys in college that I went with that I consider my best friends that I don't talk to. But these guys are the first people I talk to if there's something going on. Like if I have something, whatever the case is, they're the first people I talk to. Yeah. And they're the first people I can genuinely vent to on a bad day at work or whatever the case is. Like you just go, you don't come up with these, relationships from nothing, and to be able to say, hey, I actually got this relationship through YouTube is mind boggling. And anyone who doesn't know or doesn't have the sense that, hey, you may not ever have that kind of relationship, you know what, just open up to things like this and you can genuinely find people that are real people and genuinely care for you. And you can actually have this kind of bond and this brotherhood with people that you would never imagine to be in that circumstance. So it's a true blessing. It is.
Yeah, if it's real, it'll happen. If it's not, it won't. So
exactly.
Yeah, we talk about community a lot on this show. And I think, Dave, we probably talked about it with you last time you were on, but that I think we have found our community more in Twitterland, on the Twitterverse. And it is crazy because if you talk to people who are not in this world, it's like a miniature Disney World, I guess, of social media, YouTube, blogging, podcasting, whatever it is, people don't get it. They're like, okay, so you like talk to these people, like, okay, and we have made legit connections with people and legit friendships with people and text and have given gifts and received gifts, and it's crazy if you're on the outside of it, like, okay, that's so weird, like, what are you guys doing? Like, you don't even know these people, you don't even know if that's so and so. Relax. For the most part, we're not in an AOL chat room, so it's okay.
Hey, whoa. Come on. I was like the AOL chat room, like master. Come on.
I was in them all the time. So,
do we have access to these chat rooms still? I still work on my away message tonight. I'm really concerned
send you guys
about
my private discounted passwords to my AOL chats, which are still public. They're not at all public, and I never had one, so. Sorry to interrupt.
Well, A/S/L, you go into charts.
Shep community weird AOL people.com/org/government. What?
Where you going? Wait.
But yeah, so it's awesome to see how many connections have been made in this crazy social media lands that we are living in, and even living in more so now because we can't go anywhere else. So, but that's amazing that you guys have found that and that the bond is so strong. That's really cool. So.
Well, it's also going to make it so much stronger when this whole craziness is over and you guys get to see each other again through this format, which what you guys are going to have, we're all going to experience it because we're living like this in our boxes right now. But your bond is so strong, so that next meetup is going to be so
even bigger
for you guys. It's so awesome.
Just for a quick example,
I'm pretty sure I'll be
go ahead.
Pretty much like I'll have to order like a pallet of tissues or something because we're all going to be just sitting there crying because we can actually all hug each other and not be frowned upon. So it's tough. It is tough when you actually have such a good connection and then you're kind of subject to these boxes. But at the same time, with the brotherhood that we have, and we know that we're all here for each other and we can count on each other, and We can call each other for whatever we need. It's, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. This whole thing that's going on right now, it doesn't matter because we have such a strong connection.
And frankly, we focus on the connection between the four of us, but legit, there's so many other people in this community that we're
100%.
all close with.
Just, really quick, I was just going to piggyback off that. We were just talking about Meg from Mickey's Magic. She just texted me. She goes, "How'd the podcast go?" I mean,
and we're still going.
We're still going.
Well,
But I mean, for
is this ending tonight?
I'm pretty sure it's actually going to end. This is going to be like your longest podcast you've ever had. But
I mean, that's just how it is. It's just like we have a lot of this and that. What's the word I'm looking for? Like Dale and Corey. The
people we've met through this environment, like you just exactly like Dale and Corey were on the retreat with us. Like they're part of the crew. Like we always say the four of us, but reality is like there's
we have a lot of honorary
we have Dale, we have Corey, we have Josh Triple P from Brett. Like there's a good sized group of us that like talk on a regular. Kelly, even Myers and the Mouse, like we all talk on a regular basis, and it's something you just can't ever describe or ever imagine yourself to be in. So But that was a great point.
Super crazy.
Very close.
I had a focus group question, if I could. Maybe this will be the last one. I don't know. But, you know, considering we're going on 2 hours, maybe
questions?
you guys have.
Well, I don't go to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I feel like Frank has like 6 or 7 more favorite things. That
I mean, he probably does. Yeah.
I'm just going around the horn. I'm just trying to mix and match.
It's like Dave's speed round that's never quick.
Yeah.
the whole format is basically out the table.
I'm a baseball guy, so around the horn, I'm excited I have so many people around the horn.
This is so great.
Usually just ask me questions and I'm like, oh, I don't know. I can't make a decision. I don't. But I have in front of me 5 grown men who enjoy Disney, and I feel like.
Well, I'm not.
That's a loose.
I'm going to retract that statement. I'm not fully grown.
You know, relatively speaking, to the outside world, you may appear a certain way. But who enjoy theme parks, especially Disney. It would be wrong of me to not ask if you all wear cargo shorts or not to the parks. Where are we at? It is a focus
debate.
group. I would like to just open the floor. Who's wearing them? Who's not? And if you're not, why not?
I wear 2 different. I wear Russell athletic shorts because I found them last year, and they're
we all do.
And I wear cargo shorts. That's all I wear. I got them on right now. These are the Russell shorts. They're the most comfortable things ever. But yes, I love cargo shorts in the parks because you can put all your stuff in all the pockets.
Right.
Unless you got a man purse.
I don't know if you call them cargo shorts, but I do have like shorts that have one pocket like on the left with the zipper. So they're not like the buttons on both sides. So I don't know.
But they're more board shorts, right? Like
kind of like board.
Are those your pink ones?
Oh no!
Those are the chubbies.
Those are my dress-up shorts, my salmon pink shorts.
Those are the chubbies.
There's no pockets.
My salmon pink shorts.
I have salmon pink shorts. We're good.
Love it.
Yeah. So I am a proponent of cargo shorts. I'm sorry.
That's a whole other discussion. We can talk cargo pants, but that's a whole other thing. Yeah.
Cargo shorts, 100%.
Right.
I have many a pair that aren't. So if I'm going to dress up, basically it's if I know I need to carry a lot of stuff in my shorts, I will wear cargo shorts. But if I'm carrying my Indiana Jones satchel, which I do on a daily basis when I'm there, I will man purse, if you will. It's a satchel. I will wear basketball shorts mostly for comfort and the fact that it's 95 degrees in summer. Let's cool some stuff down because cargo shorts aren't necessarily that cool.
I straight up wear not a sponsor, but should be.
Russell should be.
Yeah, these are Russell shirts. They're like the I don't know, like the breathable like mesh.
The tech shirts, if you will.
The tech shirts, exactly. And they make an amazing shorts product, and they're not cargo, but that is all I wear. I have 855,000 pairs. And I'm the guy that's going to show up to anything that you go to that has like a big giant camera bag. I'm the guy that's like, I got all the tech gear. Let's make this happen. I got like tripods.
Basically walks in like the kid from Jerry Maguire and says, the human head weighs 8 pounds.
Literally, I've got like the cameras. I've got like 8. I have like 6 cameras with me. I've got tripods. I've got like GoPros. I've got everything you can imagine with me in a camera bag when I go to the parks, and then I never open the bag.
Which, by the way,
true.
I
But
ordered
at the
that.
same time, everything that I need to carry, my wallet, all the other essentials are in there. So I just wear my nice flowy, nice casual, like super breathable shorts. But I have that useless camera bag that has
I actually just ordered that
so
camera
much
bag.
gear that no one ever typically would ever use in any sort of instance in the world. Even if you're like, Casey Neistat, you still wouldn't have that kind of a bag. But that's what I do.
I actually ordered that camera bag so I couldn't get away from cargo shorts and wear the Russell ones. It's due in like next week.
Did you get the Peter McKinnon bag?
Yeah.
Oh, the Peter McKinnon, the nomadic bag?
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good bag.
It's due in like May 3rd. I think
So
Monday.
I'm like a wicked tech nerd.
Mm-hmm.
I love anything tech related, and the Peter McKinnon nomadic bag, not a sponsor, but should be because I promote the crap out of it. It is the best bag ever because you could put like 2 to 3 days worth of clothes in it and all your camera gear.
See,
I still don't have one, and I'm jealous because I just
we talk about bags more often than males should talk to each other about bags, because I go with the Maxpedition VersaPack Fat Boy, which is big enough for all your camera gear, some other stuff, and has a bunch of other things. It's more of the everyday carry variety, more, I don't want to say military, but tactical-ish. But it's worked for 5 years worth of Disney trips. Perfect. But it's a sling bag, so I got it on my side. I can throw it on my back, and I have access to everything instead of taking a backpack off. So I will always go that route. I will promote the satchel, hashtag not a sponsor.
Well, plus it
here's the
looks
thing,
really
like
good when you're doing when you're hitting the whoa in a TikTok in front of Indiana
Yeah.
Jones.
But see,
Sure.
I got the
Oh, true.
For sure.
for the January trip. I went and got the I forget the name of the stupid bag. I went and got like it is a satchel bag, basically, but it's a very small one. It's just enough to throw like
It was a sling
camera.
bag, right? It was a sling
It's a
bag.
sling bag, but it's small. You could just throw one camera and your mic in it, but you can also throw like your wallet and all the other stuff in it. But the Peter McKinnon bag is perfect for like your actual travel bag to throw in.
Right.
Like for me, because anytime I go to Disney, I'm not checking a bag. I'm just gonna check like my camera bag and whatever. That bag is perfect because you can throw just enough clothes in it, plus your camera, your laptop, all your essential stuff. Well, you don't typically do too much crazy editing stuff, but I mean, like, you could throw everything related to that into it and still have room for
Snack
whatever.
credits.
Well, like underwear, I guess.
And this is why we can't do anything.
It's
in
like
that
I
trip.
have all my stuff. Oh wait, I don't have any underwear or socks. What am I gonna do?
She asked us about cargo shorts, and we turned it into this.
Handbags.
But no,
So we are completely
That's what we do.
we're completely on topic.
Off topic.
So
Yes, exactly. Perfect.
Back around.
Completely
Totally
on board.
fine.
Yeah.
Now I'll
Apparently
go
there's
around the
nothing.
horn. Your first meal that you would want going back to Disney.
Le Cellier steak, filet mignon to be exact.
I'm gonna go with a Polly flatbread pizza. Oh my gosh! Or you know what? A Polly Captain. Screw it. Anything on the Captain Cook's menu, I'm good to go. So like,
Yeah,
I want
Captain Cook's is
the
good.
pork fried rice. I want the you know what? Anything on the Captain Cook's menu, I'm good to go. So that's my thing.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Uh-huh.
Because we're talking about the Poly and food there. How do y'all feel about the change of wings at Kona Cafe?
It's horrible.
Yes, I agree.
I haven't actually.
That was
had
like
them,
our
so I don't
go-to.
know.
I haven't had them yet either.
They went to the piggy wings. They're fake wings. They're not
Yeah.
real. It's pork.
No, exactly.
Terrible. So sad.
It's
Sorry.
unfortunate.
Go ahead.
Cali Grill Brunch.
Well, now I'm depressed because I haven't had the wings prior, and now I haven't had the wings after. So now I'm like, I don't even know where to go with this.
Mm.
I'm gonna go cook some
we
wings
can
and
go
just eat 'em.
back. We can go back to Zombie Camp Bar and get wings there.
Frank's
Oh,
wings. Frank had
those are the
Frank
best
had
wings ever.
wings there. It was awesome.
I'm gonna do
Wings
pizza in
anywhere.
Napoli.
Those are the
Pizza
best
Napoli.
wings ever.
Indianapolis is good too.
It's a good one.
One.
Cali Grill Brunch though.
I've never been to Cali Grill, so I would.
I still have my reservation holding out hopes.
I do too. I gotta get rid of
that
it.
weekend.
In
Well,
June?
yeah, in June. Oh, I said I literally, I know it was after a couple beverages one Friday night. I think we were all talking on something, and I'm like, it might have been Marco Polo. I'm like, for real though, it's Father's Day weekend. Flights might be $20 down, $20 back for the whole family. No place to stay, no reason to. Just fly down, get there in the morning, go to brunch, eat that.
Hey, I'll.
Good.
I have so many
Car,
DVC
the
points
airport.
now. Apparently, at this point in my life, that I can use them wherever and whenever. So
Nice.
Love it. But Via Napoli's a good one. I mean, you can get pizza elsewhere, but Via Napoli's good stuff.
Mhm.
I'm so hungry right now. This is
What
I'm
else?
wicked hungry.
Yeah, what else?
I could
I mean,
eat I could eat that pork. I'm staring at that pork, and I'm like, man, that thing looks like delicious.
Oh, lobster roll at Ale and Compass.
Mm.
I think I had that.
New York sirloin at STK in Disney Springs.
Haven't eaten SDK. Sushi at Splitsville.
Sushi
Wow.
at
Really?
sushi at Trader Sam's.
For going,
Sushi at Splitsville is unfathomably good for a bowling alley sushi. It's so good.
well, it's Landry's. It was Landry's.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going fast food, I'm going to either Satuli Canteen or Flame Tree Barbecue.
Well,
Flame
oh,
Tree.
God.
Oh, here we
Flame
go.
Tree. Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the thing is like that's the problem when you ask a like open-ended question like this.
Hey, I said one.
The first thing that comes to your mind, you're like,
You just
oh,
need
this
to
is
give
so
us true
good.
and false. Just do true and false from here on out.
Yeah, exactly. Because like the first thing you say, you're like, "Oh, this is so good," and then other people are like, "Oh, this," and you're like, "Oh
Trying
my
to
god,
think
I didn't even think of that," and that is probably way better than I thought of. And then you start like salivating because you're like, "Oh my god, I don't even know where to go from here," because I'm literally gonna eat that pork.
Nomad Lounge, Impossible Burgers,
Ronto wrap.
Ronto Wrap. Oh, how do we not say this?
Ronto wrap is.
I didn't
I
care
think
too
that
much
would be
for
the
it.
that would be the number one go-to. 100%.
We went to Ronto Wrap in January, and Steve bailed on us and went and got a cinnamon bun.
Dude,
Spicy
chocolate
cinnamon
milk.
bun.
So we had
Chocolate
we officially had our first Ronto wrap at like 6 o'clock in the morning on opening day. And
So
then we proceeded to have another Ronto wrap at about
Oh.
8 o'clock January.
And then I went
Both
back with my
times of
wife
which-
and had another one.
Yeah,
And around that day.
and all those times that I would like say
so good.
I do not regret a thing about that. I would eat it at 6 a.m. I would eat it at 12 a.m. I would eat it at 8 p.m. It's just such a good
2 a.m.,
overall.
whatever.
Yeah, a.m., p.m., GM,
Yeah.
QM, CM.
There's no difference between the breakfast and I'm happy with both of them.
No, I don't do the
So
breakfast, just the
good.
original.
So
The
good.
original.
Just the original. I'm happy with the breakfast too. I like them both.
Well, the breakfast, the breakfast
said,
I haven't
Kool-Aid.
had, but it looks fantastic. But my thing is that spicy, is it
Slaw.
spicy slaw and mayo,
Yep.
like whatever it is. Oh, so
Yeah.
good.
So yummy.
I
Yum,
I
yum.
really want Oga's Cantina to not be as popular as it is, so you can actually go in for more than 45 minutes.
But not get the fuzzy tong tong anymore.
Do not get the fuzzy tauntaun.
Nope.
That thing. So I was happy and sad about that at the same time, because the fuzzy tauntaun has the numbing foam on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time we ever had it, we were with bigger people, and a guy named Kyle Palo was standing there, and he was telling me I drank it, and I was like, I don't feel anything. It's just, I was so super hyped up. And one day he goes, "That's because you're not kissing the
You gotta
foam the
kiss
right
the
way."
foam.
I said, "Do what?" And he said, "You got to kiss the foam." So the next time we went in January, I kissed the foam, and then I didn't like it because I couldn't get the numbness to go away.
I kissed it.
Ruined it.
Steve and I kissed it at the same time.
Yes, and it was. We were like,
Wait.
They
we
were
had our
different
own.
drinks.
We both
though,
had our
people.
own drink.
Wait, wait, wait.
Different drinks.
But we were looking at each
We
other
weren't
going,
gonna judge.
"It's not stopping, man. What's going on?" And it lasted for a long time.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know if I got it.
I'm like, Steve, when's it gonna stop?
I think
me
we
some
need
bread.
to do a round of AM PM, at least one round.
Do AM, you got one in your head that you can do a round of AM PM? Because we like a lot of things at night in Disney, so we
Yeah,
often
yeah.
it like
I'm
better in the
already.
day or better at night.
I'm down.
But I'm
I'm
park
down.
open to a park.
You got a good
closed
one?
guy.
You got.
Man, why don't we just do park by park?
Okay.
We just start park by
Yeah.
park. Can narrow it
Alright.
down.
AM or PM?
Yeah. So all right. So we'll start with Animal Kingdom. AM or
PM.
PM.
I gotta go. Honestly, I'm gonna go PM on all these just for the night shows.
Oh, I'm gonna do PM just for Pandora. Just walking through that land at night.
That's
is-
that and
better
Rivers
than
of Light
anything.
is Rivers of Light's a gorgeous show.
AM.
Well,
There's
we'll
nothing.
ask, we'll ask Shep all these questions later.
Yeah.
Actually, we're not going to ask him at all.
Actually, don't
happy
ask
to
me at all.
hear- I am
So
happy to
Shep's
hear
not here
someone
right
who
now.
likes somebody who likes Rivers of Light. I feel like it gets a lot of bad.
It does, and it's a beautiful show.
Never seen it.
I would rather go AM. I want to rope drop. I want to rope drop Pandora. I want to go on Kilimanjaro safaris before 9 a.m. or at least before 10 a.m. so I can see active animals.
Yeah.
And I want to rope drop Nomad at 11:30 when it opens.
Oh, all about the rope drop. I like it.
100% rope drop lunch is the
I
best.
like
way to
getting my
go,
fast
especially
passes
at a
for all
lounge.
those, and then I still rope drop, but
Well,
I would prefer the nighttime just for the show. And,
I would-
like Zip said, the bioluminescent lights at Pandora.
Depending on when you get there, and depending on who you're traveling with, and if it's early in your trip or late in your trip, and whatever, it's actually as effective to get the fast pass for Navi River Journey. You can actually get a fast pass for Kilimanjaro, and get a fast pass for Everest, and rope drop Flight of Passage. You can get Flight of Passage, Navi River, Kilimanjaro Safari, Everest, all done before 10:30
Mm-hmm.
if you do it right.
Oh, goldfish. Nice.
Shep's got goldfish crackers.
I cheers your goldfish crackers.
Oh,
All that talk about food was getting me really hungry.
Shep, we're talking about AM or PM going and picking a park, whether you like a park better in the day or the night. And the first one we were talking about was the Animal Kingdom.
Ooh, so I've only seen Pandora like once, and that was like in 2012 at night. And
2012?
I was gonna say before it opened.
oh, it was
That's pretty
2017.
impressive.
No, sorry, it was 17. Sorry, it was
Those two
2017.
look close.
2012, I saw it. It was still being built in 2012. 2017, I saw it, and I didn't get it. I didn't get a full chance to experience it. So I think that would be for me a fun experience to see it at night, because I didn't get to see like the whole experience, because just what I've seen on vlogs and stuff. It looks cool. In the morning.
In the morning, yeah. Now
We're going park by park.
Park by park.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Jen, which one you want to go next?
Studios. Hashtag always MGM.
As much as I want to say morning, it's going to be evening for the Star Wars fireworks are probably my favorite fireworks of all of them, and Fantasmic. I'm going to still stay night, but I am rope dropping to get my pass.
It's tough for me because of the Galaxy's Edge opening. That was kind of like a blur, because it felt like night, but it was morning. But I'm gonna go night at Hollywood Studios, just because riding Tower of Terror at night, I think it's so much better. Seeing the Star Wars dessert party with Steve, that will be one thing that I'll never forget, and so that was definitely memorable. And Galaxy's Edge at night too is amazing. So I'm gonna do
and
night.
Toy Story Land.
Oh my God. Absolutely, 1,000%. I should have started with that. Absolutely, Steve. Yep.
All right, Dave. Shep.
Yeah, evening park for me also. Love getting there at about 4:30 or so, popping into Brown Derby Lounge, having the sliders there, which is also on the list of first items of food I would like to eat when I get back. The Kobe sliders at Brown Derby Lounge. So hang out there, do that, and then everything that everyone else said about the night, although I could actually take or leave the Star Wars show.
Ooh.
Real quick though, is not the best time in any single park around 6 or 7 o'clock when the sun is just setting and it's not as hot out and it's a little bit more comfortable.
Except for Magic Kingdom.
The best. That is the best.
I don't like Twilight at Magic Kingdom. I don't know why.
We're not at Magic Kingdom yet.
I understand that, but we're getting at any park, Zip.
I know.
Studios definitely for that park. Studios and Epcot are neck and neck for that time of night, but studios are particularly low.
I think studios.
Yeah.
Always MGM now, like, specifically has multiple areas in the evening that bring their own evening awesomeness, right? Like, you can still get that classic Hollywood going down Sunset Boulevard and Hollywood Boulevard, right? You can go back into Galaxy's Edge and it's a completely different experience than going in the day. Toy Story is just ridiculously banging at night. There's so many different areas, and I mean, even like walking around Echo Lake has its own feel, right? Like popping into Tune In Lounge real quick to grab a peanut butter and jelly milkshake on the walk out, like all of that has its own subtlety to it. It's just a different park at night, 100% a different park at night.
Shep's eating goldfish.
Yeah. How are your goldfish, Shep?
I turned my mic off so I could goldfish.
That's amazing.
I'm telling you what, goldfish at night are
it's
Goldfish
delightful.
at night.
you can't. I'm pretty sure it tops Hollywood Studios because it's like it's kind of like a pork slider, but minus the pork and the slider part, and you have a crunchy fake fish looking thing. I think the overall texture. I think I mean it's got you beat, dude.
Shep, have you answered a single question correctly the entire
I'm
night?
gonna have to take a day off of work to listen to this
I think I
podcast.
am too.
What's correctly is the answer. It's
I answered everything a thing truthfully, accurately, and 100% correct because
so your answer would be night for Hollywood Studios. Then
It's gonna be night for goldfish.
No, I already said night for Pandora.
we're not even on Hollywood Studios
Anymore.
Did you turn off the earbuds when you?
Oh, I thought we were doing like okay. Now I understand what you're talking about.
What happens when you get out to go to the restroom?
All right, so let me hold on.
Oh
Let me just,
no, let's
we're
go to
going
the
part
next
by
question.
part, buddy.
let me rewind a little bit. Dito Barker, yeah, Martin. Dito Barker, the goldfish. And you wouldn't actually pronounce goldfish backwards, so that's actually inaccurate. But
If
so Hollywood Studios, man, I haven't been to Hollywood Studios at night in a long time.
except for like morning night, that one morning night.
Yeah, so I mean, if you want to talk about like 1 o'clock in the morning, nighttime,
Yeah, obviously 4 a.m.
it was awesome standing underneath the bridge between the.
We have different opinions of awesome.
You know what though? At the end of the day, like sitting in. All right, let me paint a picture here for everyone.
Back up.
Just for those that can't see, he put his goldfish down for a minute. So this is
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be
no, I'm like this
getting
is like
serious.
you guys sit back, relax, grab a bag of goldfish, and we're gonna tell the story here. So picture yourself now in a nice, comfortably warm atmosphere, because Florida at 1 o'clock has an amazing, perfect temperature. You're not too sweaty, and you feel comfortable. So
I'm
when
gonna
you
make a
walk,
TikTok.
you feel like you're in a great spot, and then you
I really am.
then
So
when
am I.
you go underneath a bridge with a bunch of people you don't know. which
This is going to
fine.
be a single episode. This entire story is going to be a single episode.
we like to call Shep Treebeard. Everything he says is very valuable. It just takes a long time to get there.
when you find yourself under a bridge with 100+ people that you don't know, you get this feeling of
Wait,
acceptance.
time out. Can I interject here
Hey,
real
listen,
quick?
I'm getting deep.
And I know.
If you
but-
interrupt me one more time, I'm
But
kicking
you're
you out
talking
of this.
about 100+ people underneath a bridge that you basically were 38 seconds from inciting a riot because you walked up to the front and people like randomly moved 4 feet and you're like, we're going forward.
That's pretty.
It wasn't 100
Hey,
people.
listen.
It was probably closer to 1,000 people.
I'm gonna call him this, but he was the director of the line because he was like
Line
a cast-
director, yeah.
He was a cast member. Me and him were like, we were like on another level. You know, he would look at me and give me this quick wink, and I was like, yeah, okay, we're doing this. And I knew instantly that I was given this information like through some sort of wavelength, and I was I was just giving it out to the hundreds of people that were out there. And I said, hey, he just
I don't
told
know
me
why
we're
you
moving
opened this
5
bag.
feet. And he looked at me and I'm like, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. Yeah, you did. According to me, you
All right.
did.
Anyway, so back to the original topic. Nighttime at Hollywood Studios. I'm going to go with in January, I was fortunate enough to get there for Rise of the Resistance at 6:00 in the morning, which was still not nighttime, but it was early morning, and it was still pitch black, and they were still playing Christmas music. And I never had the experience of Christmas at Disney. So for me, that experience was amazing to have the Christmas music, like the whole thing was Christmas music playing throughout all the speakers. All the lights were up, and the whole atmosphere, even though we were like, 3 weeks out from Christmas, just really brought it back to me. And that for me was amazing. So that atmosphere was awesome.
That's 100% true. I agree wholeheartedly.
Nice.
So sorry for the.
Oh, it's a good story. It's a good story. All right, we're going.
I like stories.
To Epcot. AM or PM? Epcot.
In this instance only, until they fix the nighttime show, I'm going to say morning, because you get in there. A lot of people don't get up for Epcot in the morning, and you get in there and get all the rides up front done, and then you can be ready for the countries at 11 o'clock when they open and get back there. And for me, Epcot Forever is not a great show. Doesn't compare to Illuminations. So maybe when Harmonious comes back, I'll change my mind. But this instance, I will say in the morning.
Want me to go next, Dave?
Sorry.
Yeah, go
Shep's going last. You want me to go next, Dave?
Shep's going last.
He's back to his goldfish.
I'm also going to say morning, only because I love going in from International Gateway.
For the record, I finished the goldfish.
My family and I, we'd like to rope drop on International Gateway and head right over to Frozen, then sneak over to Test Track, and then do Soarin'. And we've done those 3 before on early magic hours, extra magic hours, within like an hour. I think one morning we did it all 3 in an hour. So yeah, I like the mornings at Epcot. Yeah, I'm going morning.
Dave.
So see, I'm torn. See, I really enjoy World Showcase from like 4 o'clock on, 5 o'clock on, right? The issue is that a lot of times you say that and there's a meal involved. So you don't really get out to enjoy the walk around World Showcase until like 7:30, and you have an hour and a half. I think Epcot gets the short straw because it always closes at 9. Except for extra magic hours. I get that, but for standard hours, I really never understood why Epcot wasn't open later than it was, except for the staffing issue, because there's so many people that work there. I've also done a significant amount of mornings where you get there, you get everything done that you want to in Future World by 11 or 11:30, and then you get World Showcase and a walk around, and you're done at 5:30, can go grab dinner somewhere or head back to the resort or whatever. So
plus from 7 on, the crowd for the fireworks engulfs World Showcase.
Yeah, and that's true. You get a lot of traffic over there because it's really the only thing open, because they start shutting down Future World, and depending on the night that you're there, if it's getting towards a weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even Sunday, got a bunch of locals coming out just for booze. Yeah, I mean, I kind of enjoy a good 11:30 a.m. margarita in Mexico when we start to the left. So I'm not going to say. I think I'm going to go with day.
All right. And Shep.
He's.
I mean, I don't want to be the stereotypical like storyteller, which I think I've accomplished that like pretty early on. But and this is kind of both spectrums. So I was fortunate enough to run in January the marathon 10K. So
I like how he started with the marathon and then like just threw in there real quick.
10K.
Well, I ran the marathon
just 2 steps
10K.
down.
Yeah, I mean, y'all can call me special because I ran the marathon, but not
10K.
that because it was the 10K.
I ran the
but
marathon 10K.
whatever, I like to think myself as special. So.
It felt like a marathon,
but it was long. But I think that was really special, being able to get into Epcot at that time of morning.
That's true.
That in itself was something that most people don't experience. So that's kind of off the spectrum a little bit because most people don't get to experience that unless you're running. But I felt like that in itself was just such an amazing thing to be able to run into Epcot especially in the World Showcase, and see everything like so natural, like not crowded. They brought in cast members to cheer you on, and the whole environment was so amazing. So like for me, that was a cool, amazing morning. And then on the other side of the spectrum, seeing Corey and Dale at New Year's Eve at Epcot.
Yes.
That is something.
That's an extenuating circumstance, though.
Yeah, that's New Year's Eve.
That is
dude.
something that I hope happens again with all the things considered. I would love to be there for a New Year's Eve event, because
It looked
that
like a
is-
blast.
Yeah, that's something that, again, you don't get to experience on a regular basis, similar to the unless you do a Run Disney event.
Mhm.
It's two spectrums. The morning, where it's so quiet and you have the whole place to yourself, except for like a few thousand runners, but that's besides the point.
Unless you're in last and you're all by yourself.
Right. But the point is, yeah, exactly. But the point is, like, to be in there with like a bunch of people that are there, and they bring in cast members to cheer you on, like that experience is awesome. And then I have not, fortunately been enough to be there for New Year's Eve, but like to see Corey and Dale during the Resort TV1 stream was awesome. Like they had such a good time. Like,
Time out.
Actually, it wasn't on Resort TV.
It wasn't on the stream.
No,
Oh,
it was
yeah,
on
no,
Marco
no,
Polo.
no.
but we're not going to go there.
We're
Hey
not
guys,
gonna go
I'm
there.
listen. I'm throwing some like dignity out there for people. I'm trying not to be like too secretive here, but we saw stuff that happened behind the scenes, because it is what it is. But I just like that whole environment, to be there for something like that. I think is awesome. So
Yeah.
I was there for the Millennium
if I
Celebration.
could close out Epcot on a night like
nice.
that would be a home run.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was there for New Year's on the Millennium Celebration, but I didn't know how to do it back then, so I didn't get to
Steven.
experience what that the way it was supposed to be done. So
Yeah.
Actually, and I'm going to piggyback off of Shep's, because I've done 3 of them Run Disney races, and he's right. That when usually the question that pops up is what was my favorite moment in the park. That is definitely a highlight. Seeing the sunrise over the Epcot ball or in the countries, it's breathtaking, and it is. The first time I did it, I'm not an emotional guy like these guys say. I definitely chose.
Actually, to be honest with you, he just texted me saying he's crying. So,
And I was actually by myself my first Run Disney race. I wasn't even down there with my family, and it was just so breathtaking. And to take it all in, it's just it's magical. As cliche as that is, it really is.
Yeah. I for those that don't know, I worked in Epcot for 2 years back in the day.
awesome.
And I was an operating participant. So not an official cast member,
Air
but
quotes.
yes. But I got to a point with helping with events on property, and those early Epcot mornings in World Showcase, where I would have to get in early. I got to like drive behind the countries, like park my car, unload stuff into the event space. But yeah, seeing World Showcase at that time of day was like, oh my God, this is magical. All the morning dew and the reflection and the, so good.
I never experienced that before until January, and it was like,
It's amazing.
it was eye-opening to say, hey, you know what, this is what you pay money for to come do running, because I don't run and I hate running. And every second that I ran, it was like every footstep that I took, I was like, I'm going to die. And then I was like, wow, when you actually enter Epcot between, I think it was like Mexico and like Norway or something like that, somewhere in that ballpark area, or China, something like that. When you go in there, and they had all the torches lit.
Yes.
So it's like you walk in, it's still like
the
kind
lights,
of
lights.
it's like dusky. It's at this
Yep.
point, because when you start, it's black. I mean, it's pitch black.
Yeah.
Because you start at 4:30, so it's pitch black. And depending on which corral you go out at, you start at a certain time. So especially with the 10K, it's 3 miles before you hit the Epcot. But as soon as you run in there, even still, it was like kind of dusky and it was light and whatever, but the torches lit, and the music, they had the music playing, which you just like, the emotions that you feel because of they put so much into it.
Yeah.
You know, they make it special for you because you spent money to come here and run. You know, to plug, we did it for Give Kids the World. Sorry,
Yeah.
but it was for me a very amazing experience because to do it for such a great organization like that, the emotions and feelings that you felt through that whole experience was just a bonus.
Yeah.
And to enter into Epcot, and you know, Steve was right there with us. The whole first half, you're just kind of running through the parking lot. So you're just kind of like just chilling, you know.
I was sleeping.
Dave was sleeping, but
babysitting.
I was babysitting actually.
And actually, Dave had a pretty critical part because Zip wouldn't have been able to do it without him. So
yeah, my wife and I did. Ran together, and
that's to piggyback off the brotherhood we have. Hey, you know what? Dave couldn't run in it, but he stepped up and said, "Hey, I'm gonna watch PJ.
I'm gonna get up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Dude, he was up before we were, and I was running it. Like, I don't even remember him leaving because I was sleeping.
Hey, just to let you guys know, Dillo did stop recording an hour ago.
Yeah, no kidding. They're like, all right, this is getting way too long. But
we're not even here. We're just frozen, and we just.
I know. You know what? At this point, they're like, Shep's just talking again. We're just gonna mute him. I'm gonna get edited out the whole time, but no, it's all good. But seriously, like the emotions and experience that you feel running a Run Disney event, and having the whole to what you feel in your mind, the whole place to yourself, and especially running with people like I was with Steve and Dale and Corey. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like you run into this place at this point. I think at that particular moment when we ran into Epcot, it was like the Aladdin, A Whole New World song came out, was playing, and me and Corey were yelling at the top of our lungs, singing it. You know, and it's like the emotions you feel, like it's a whole new world. You're just yelling and screaming. And go ahead, Dave.
Corey was singing it. You were doing something. I wasn't even there, and I know this.
If you're gonna
moving his mouth,
I'm gonna throw this out there. But if you're gonna go ahead and diss me on a podcast and throw me under the table here.
I'm 100% kidding. Shep has the voice of an angel.
No, I love you, Dave. I know.
Kind of like,
hey, Steve, Magic Kingdom.
Steve,
I've been told waiting for them to ask the question. That's all.
Magic Kingdom.
No, it was just like, you know, we're just like both yelling and screaming like the songs, and we're just like in this emotional.
Oh my God. I get it. It's the Disney feels.
You know what the best part is like I'm actually trying to be serious, and these clowns are joking on me and making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you. You've answered the question 4 times
in a row.
What he's trying to get across, though, is it's something you'll never experience without doing it.
All right. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'm done for tonight.
I'm done for that. No, I'm starting with you.
You didn't know what you were getting into.
Starting with you
going right
for
back to
Magic
Shep
Kingdom.
on this one.
Magic Kingdom, Shep, you start Magic Kingdom, AM or PM.
I think
you have the Jeopardy time.
I think Zip, Steve, and Dave can answer this for me.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Magic Kingdom in the morning. So I think for me, I had a great experience with my son rope dropping this past June. So I think that was a good experience because, you know, my son's, my oldest is 6, and I had gone to Disney a few times with him prior to that, but it was the first time that he was kind of, you know, more cognitive of what Disney was. So I think in June for us was a good experience because we rope dropped it and was able to go, you know, at the time he was only 5, and he was bent on doing Splash Mountain. So I said, heck, we're doing Splash Mountain. And we ran straight to Splash Mountain on rope drop, got in there, and we did it. And it was a lot of fun. So for me, that was that.
Okay, quick, Steve.
There's a break in the action.
Shep, in my opinion, you can talk as much as you want to, brother.
I'm like such a talker. It's horrible.
So my favorite again. This one is going back to the evening again. There's nothing.
Should I cut in here because I have another story?
You want to? Yeah. For
kidding.
me, there's nothing I can't do. I'm still rope dropping everything, but there's nothing I can't do in the morning here that I can't do in the evening, but there are things in the evening that I can't do in the morning, including Happily Ever After, which is an incredible, not only fireworks, but projection show. So in my opinion, and plus the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party sometimes, and the the Very Merry Christmas Party a lot of times too. Those things happen at night as well. And there's just a lot more for me to do at night. If you guys haven't figured out, I don't go to bed till like 2:00, so I'm a night owl anyways. But no, I'm going to go with PM again on this one.
All right. Dave?
So I'm going to go AM. As much as I like going to Magic Kingdom at night, and I'll get to that, I think that it's two completely different animals.
Yeah.
From an actual getting stuff done standpoint. I love the fact that Magic Kingdom, if you are cognizant about what you're doing, you can get there at rope drop, prior to rope drop, be in the park at rope drop. The fact that they open the park at 8 and the park opens at 9, you can get some perusing done, do whatever on Main Street, get a bunch of pictures, be done with it, and then go about your touring process, get, I don't know, between 7 and 10 things done between 9 a.m. and noon if you do it right, and then hightail it out, hop on a boat, go to the Poly and eat lunch at Kona, because there's no good sit downs in Magic Kingdom, and I will stand by that for the rest of my life. So I think from a getting stuff done standpoint, there's multiple ways to do it, and there's multiple things to take care of. So I think Magic Kingdom is a 2-morning park. In the evening, I think minus Magic Kingdom, I don't know if there's a better atmosphere to be in at night with everyone's excitement for the fireworks. Depending on when you're there, a little bit of exhaustion plays into that too. But for me and for us, going back to Magic Kingdom at night is, all right, let's chill out. Let's take in what the park has. Potentially go on a ride. Maybe Pirates, maybe Jungle Cruise, whatever's a light line. Buzz is always one of those that you can jump on relatively quickly, Ariel, whatever. But you're not going to get on the headliners unless it's late. But then watch the fireworks, chill out, get the heck out, get a minivan, go back, don't wait in lines. Life is good. Yeah. Worth the $40. But same token, we've had a bunch of really good nights where we've gotten there late and there were extra magic hours in the evening. Watched the fireworks, waited for some stuff to bounce, and then really got a significant amount of stuff accomplished when it comes to legit e-ticket rides. So I would say if I have to choose, I'm going with morning.
Okay.
But I think this is for sure, depending on your touring style, there's options, but morning for me. I love wrapping up a morning of getting a bunch of stuff done at the Poly, having a lapu lapu, and eating a boatload of not chicken wings.
Yeah. Sad. Sad face, indeed. Zip and Ariel's your favorite, right? For Magic Kingdom?
God, that could be another whole podcast. But anyway.
Wait, I didn't even
actually
realize.
To be honest with you, he actually does not like Ariel.
I didn't even realize she was next to me the whole time.
It's something he. I get it. Sorry.
I have a fear of her. No, I'm just kidding. She's my absolute favorite. I 100% agree with what Dave just said. I think first off, there is nothing that says Disney as your first day on your trip, waking up and going to Magic Kingdom. The sun's out, it's rope dropping, and you see the castle, and you're just as happy as you're happy the whole entire trip. But that first morning, if you're going to Magic Kingdom, it's as happy as you're gonna get. I think that is just my favorite thing to do, is to be there in the morning. But on the flip side, my must do, 1000%.
Stacy.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Is Stacy. That's it.
Is as Happily Ever After. If I don't see that show on a trip, my trip was not complete. That is my favorite thing. If I had to pick a ride or that, it's Happily Ever After. Love it. And so it's tough, but I'm gonna pick morning as well. Fair
enough. Thus completes the 4 parks, AM or PM. In its own episode, guys.
In its own episode.
which will be airing in 2022. Gonna put out one a year.
After the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
Look, this has been awesome. Just listening to your story, really, the four of you, and coming together like this, and how deep the bonds are, and how strong, your brotherhood is. It's just an extra layer to your story. You just go, oh, they got a YouTube show, but to hear what's underneath is really impactful and powerful and important for the community, and it's really nice to hear, especially during these times. So I'm gonna go around the horn one more time with the plugs. So who wants to start with the plugs?
I'll go first. Zippity Doodad Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We have a lot of fun. Usually these guys join me. Once in a great while, I'll go by myself or with my son PJ and my wife Nicole, who is actually the one that got me into Disney. She loves Disney more than I do, if you can believe it or not. It's just we're a family-friendly channel, and I wouldn't enjoy Disney the way I do without them. They're my world. These guys are my world, and together I couldn't be happier. If you asked me a year ago where I was going to be, I would have never thought here with you guys, and I wouldn't change anything for the world. Love you guys. Zippity Doodad 6:30 Tuesdays, and Disneynet 9 p.m. on Wednesdays. Love you guys. Dillo Diz, thank you so much, Jen and Frank, for having me on.
Anytime. What about Twitter, TikTok? What are your handles?
Oh, yes.
Come on.
Yes,
Yeah.
Zippity Doodad across the board. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, the tweets, all of it. Go check it out. Especially TikTok, guys.
Plenty of sunshine
Headed
your way.
I got to look up all my social media.
Shep, go for it, bro.
I'm actually still eating my goldfish. Go ahead, Dave.
For sure. Of course you are. All right, Brandy and Dave on all the things, everything from Twitter to Instagram, face page, obviously YouTube. Again, family-friendly channel. Live occasionally, lots of vlogs, lots of trip vlogs. Disfluencers podcast, which has been on hiatus because I forget to edit episodes.
It's grass cutting season, Dave.
It's grass cutting season. I know. I gotta get on it. Zip needs an episode to cut his grass. There was a time when I was dropping podcasts once a week, and he was mowing his grass 4 times a week to catch up. But Disfluencers podcast, we talk to a bunch of folks who are in the community and get their background and such. So have a blast on that. Again, TikTok is the new hotness. Make sure you're following all of us on there.
Yes.
From Dillo's Diz to Zippity Doodad to Brandy and Dave to the Shep family to Steve's World. Hashtag all things fun. I had to get that in there. But yeah, thank you so much. Absolute blast. We talked your ear off for going on close to 245. It was so much fun. I noticed that this is probably the least amount of words that Frank and Jen have said.
Well, that's true.
On a
Really,
podcast.
I was like, good, I'm not talking a lot.
Yeah, I know. That's fine with us.
I told my wife I'd be a half hour.
Yeah. That's so great.
We'll be quick. Be quick.
Use words.
Just drop in.
100% appreciate you having all of us on. So much fun to tell the story and spotlight on the community. So thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. All right, 2 to go. 2 down, 2 to go.
I don't know my social medias. It doesn't matter. So
search all things fun.
They're all something about Steve's World. No, I would just rather take this time to thank you guys and for the incredible extension of doing this, and it means a lot to us for that people want to talk to us, that people want to know about us. We wouldn't have it any other way than doing this with this community. For people that we don't even understand what we do. I like to say that we're just 4 idiots that stand on camera and talk to people, but the people that tell us that we've made a difference in their lives, that's why we do this. And that's why we are honored when people like you ask us to come do shows like this. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And to I know I speak for my guys, but they are my chosen family, my brothers, and I love every one of them. So thank you guys for taking the time, a lot of time, to ask us to be part of your world.
Oh, I like the part of your world at the end there too.
Ripping off Zip with the aerial
you.
Okay.
Shep's bringing it home. Shep is bringing it home.
Can
You
I
awake?
wait? Can I plug Steve on at least one thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Twitter
Oh, sorry, I
at
was gonna
Steve's
sing,
World
but it's all good.
4.
Yes.
Steve's World
One
4. There
thing.
you go.
That's
None
one
of them
thing.
are the
I'm
same
trying to
because they
give
were
you
all
a
taken.
plug
So.
somewhere.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
none of them are taken because they were all. I mean, they were all. Some of them were taken everywhere else, so none of them are the same.
Yeah.
If you search Steve's World on anything across the board, you're gonna find him.
Yeah.
Just look
a
for
little
the
lo-
orange
it's a
one
little-
that says all things fun.
It's a little yellow logo. It says Steve's World. Has a
Orange.
castle on it. It says hashtag all things fun underneath. It's yellow.
Oh.
He thinks it's orange. It's not.
And I was actually singing, which
It's orange.
Right. I'm sorry.
I got
I
horribly interrupted.
rudely
but,
interrupted you. My
Yeah.
apologies.
unbelievable.
Horrible host.
But, now I want to piggyback on Steve. Honestly, it's we want to highlight you guys for even inviting us onto your amazing show, because what you guys do in the podcast world is so amazing for the Disney community, and to allow us to be on your show is an honor. And for the guys here and myself, yeah, we can't thank you enough for just this the opportunity to kind of get to know us better on a more personal level, and kind of put that out there for people. And you guys are awesome. We appreciate you guys for what you do, and the community is very, I think, in my opinion, they have a lot of great people to go to when they need different things, right? So especially this time, if you can't watch something, you guys put out an amazing podcast that you can listen to any time of the day on any platform, podcast related. So if you're driving your car, or whatever, this particular thing is awesome for people. So we want to thank you guys for allowing us to just hang out. It's awesome.
Guys,
So-
this is like way too much because I don't really like attention. I don't know how to
Well, no,
handle all of this.
love it.
Compliments are not our thing.
Compliments, I don't know what to
But
do with
that's
all
the thing,
this.
is like when we got the word that you guys asked, say, hey, can you guys do this? We're like, wait, what? Heck yeah.
The answer was
make
yes
this
immediately.
happen.
When?
And it wasn't like what works for you. It was like what works for them. So
Yeah.
like we weren't gonna. It wasn't about making time for us. It was making time for whatever worked for you guys, because we are here no matter what. So what
And I
you
don't
guys
think you
do
thought
for
it would
the
go
podcast,
3 hours. But
yeah, I mean, like seriously, for what you do for the podcast community, again, like I was saying, there's some people that can watch YouTube videos, and there's some people that can watch or not watch, but can listen, which is a very good chunk of people because they're commuting in and out of work. The podcast community is huge.
Mhm.
And what you guys do, especially for the Disney community, is amazing. So for us to be able to just interact with you guys on this kind of level is such an honor, and we appreciate it. Like you guys are awesome. And we thank you so much for just having us on. Like we can't thank you enough. It's just such a privilege and an honor to just sit here and there was a whole bunch of stuff that everyone who's listening, you have the recorded version, but there was like a good solid half hour before we even started this whole thing that you guys will never hear. But no, it's honestly just it's true friendships that you gain through this whole thing, whether it's YouTube or podcast. It's the community that you kind of establish yourself with, that you gain these friendships with, and then you can build on that. So to say that you can have a half hour conversation, a half hour hangout before you even start a podcast and have a great time. Like we had an amazing conversation before we even started. And it was like, should we be recording this? Cause it's just, we're just kind of hanging out and having fun. And that's what it's all about. And we want to thank you guys for inviting us on, and this whole community is amazing.
What that translates to is search for the Shep family on.
There you go.
I build wind paper.
He builds wind paper. That's a whole other story. Real quick, just dissing that on YouTube, DISNTHAT. Check it out there. Dissing that 4 on absolutely everything else when it comes to Twitter, TikTok, and such. We appreciate you guys having us on. Thank you so much. This was a blast, and honestly, there's probably another 2 hours of stories that we can tell.
Or probably more, because
last
I can
year.
go on forever.
Yeah.
Or well, if we let Shep
If
tell
I'm
them,
awake,
it's going to be.
if I'm awake, I'm talking.
It's going.
He just
it's
answered
going-
all the easy questions
Yeah.
tonight. So
It's going to be the special extended edition with 19 hours of additional footage.
You can listen to this on 5 times speed, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
Actually, I think they're actually going to put out a special edition with the uncut version.
It's going to be like the 4.5-hour Lord of the Rings.
Like, is it like Shark Week and I got this and that week? What am
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Fine with
yeah,
me.
maybe.
Make it happen.
I love it.
All right,
Thank you so
guys. Well,
much,
thank
guys.
you, thank you,
Thank you
This is
guys.
really
No,
awesome.
this was awesome.
Till that time, she's Jen and I'm Frank. Bye-bye.
Deuces.
Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz, featuring Jen Cardillo-Snyder and Frank Cardillo. The theme was composed by Matt Harvey. The intro and the outro was performed by Lindsay Zerugian. The Dillo's Diz fact checker is Mel Dale. You can follow Dillo's Diz on Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok at Dillo's Diz. Dillo's with an S, Diz with a Z. You can subscribe to Dillo's Diz on YouTube, youtube.com/Dillo's Diz, and you can like Dillo's Diz on Facebook, facebook.com/Dillo's Diz. Go to dillosdiz.com for more information, throwbacks, archives, etc., etc. dillosdiz.com. Get your copy of Louis Gravance's book, Surface is a Superpower, right now on Amazon Kindle for only $9.99, or get a hard copy via Mascot Books. Go to greatkeynotespeaker.com to learn more about Louis Gravance and follow him on Twitter at Louis Gravance. We'll see you real soon, and that real soon is next week for Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz. The Improviser's Guide Network 2020.